Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to the lovely and talented Tranquil Waters map by Stevie, of course. Who else, right? So I wasn't really planning on doing an episode for Saturday morning, but I thought, why not? You know, um, I was on this search for a new front bumper for our New Holland, and while I was tooling around, I came across this guy here. But it kind of looked kind of cool. It's actually in the Giants in-game mod hub. I have no idea how to pronounce it. It's like Showen or Scowen or something like that. But it's kind of slick. And it has, if you all know me by now, which I'm sure you probably do, whether you like it or not, it does have front lights. You know how much I like my front lights. And it even has, you know, it's got some flashies too. So blinker, hazards, lights. Yeah, it's got everything you could ever want in a front bumper. You can raise and lower and such like that. And of course it's adjustable. We can add some more weight to it. I thought, I don't know what we have on here, 1,000 kilos maybe at best. I thought that was pretty fitting for our T8. Really like these T8s, sharp looking tractors. And I thought I'd just bring you along just to, why don't we just plan on tight, oh, there's our riverboat. You know what, every time I see it, I'm going to stop and say, oh, there's our riverboat. Wave hi to the peeps on the riverboat. I thought we would do, I thought we would go ahead and just tidy up this field while we're here. We're not going to do a whole lot of work this episode. Do a little chatting, see what's going on. Your comments are amazing. They crack me up every time I read them. Yeah, the peanut gallery has struck again. Thanks, 10 Man, for once again stating the obvious that I missed in regards to our not our bunker silo, but our silo. Yeah, I know. I'm getting better. Well, no, I'm actually not probably getting any better, but it is fun to play though. A couple things though. Actually, you know what? Why don't we get started so I don't just chat and chat. Well, I'm gonna chat and chat, but chat and not get any work done, I guess. Let's go inside. No, let's stay outside for a sec. I kind of like watching. I like watching the tedder work. It's one of my favorite looking tools. That's a nice look. That front bumper's growing on me for the New Holland. I quite like it. I also brought over our case with our windrower attachment so we can get this field tidied up hopefully this episode. It's small enough. Even I should be able to get this thing done in a relatively decent amount of time. I was just walking around our farm a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and just eat that up a little bit. I was walking around our farm, walking around our house, and noticed that there are placeables on this map. I haven't picked up any yet, but always nice to know that placeables are there to give us a little bit of a lifeline if and when we need them. Also didn't pay a whole lot of attention, surprise, surprise, to the fact that we do have some products. Stevie was kind enough to give us, oh, don't go too far there, Brad, you're going to end up in the drink. Is that what they call it, the drink? What is the drink? I remember when I was watching Jaws. Whoa. Speedboat. I don't know if I've seen the speedboat before. Where'd he go? Oh yeah, he's getting it. You gotta go slow enough to not leave a wake. If I catch your boat leaving a wake, I'm gonna call the the Tranquil Waters, I don't know, what is it, Border Patrol? Boat Patrol? But anyways, I was watching Jaws not too long ago. Oh, I have no idea how many times I've seen that movie. I just get inspired once in a while to watch it. It's such a classic. And I love I love when the mayor, when what's his name suggests that they cut the shark open to make sure that it's the correct shark, right? That they caught earlier on in the movie, because they figure if it is the correct shark, it has a slow. Sharks have a slow digestive system, apparently, and if they cut it open, part of what what the shark ate will still be in there, including people. And the mayor comes over and obviously not thrilled with the suggestion. And he's like, I'm not going to stand here and watch while you do a half-hearted autopsy in front of all these people and watch the Kittner boy spill all over the dock. and as gross and gruesome as that is, and when you think about it, I don't know, it makes me chuckle every time I hear him say that. It's like, who would say that? Who would even say that, I'm not going to watch you cut a shark open so we can watch the Kittner boy spill all over the dock. And then the guy says, the mayor says, take it out and throw it in the drink. I think he says in the drink, right? I was going to look that up, but I'm not really sure what a drink is. You guys know what a drink is, probably. I think he says drink. I don't think it's brink. I think it's drink. I'm assuming it's some kind of a water spillover or something. I don't know. I'm not a seafaring person. I would love to be a seafaring person. I've taken a few trips up to the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, and I have visited Lake Superior, the shores of Lake Superior. Actually, I have been to both the American side and the Canadian side of Lake Superior, and Lake Erie, actually. I lived on the Canadian side of Lake Erie for a while when I was much younger, but a little kid. But yeah, I love Lake Superior. Lake Superior, to me, that's my favorite Great Lake. I like the rocky shores and I don't know, it reminds me, it's just more dramatic, it seems like to me, and obviously Lake Superior is where the famous don't hit the fence, don't hit the fence, don't hit the fence, is where, of course, the famous Edmund Fitzgerald went down, according to Gordon Lightfoot at least. Was Gordon Lightfoot the captain on the Edmund Fitzgerald? No, I'm kidding. That's just a joke. His song should have been. No, I'll tell you what, man. That song is very divisive in my, in both my family and circle of friends. That song by Gordon Lightfoot is pretty divisive. I have friends that love it. I have friends that hate it. I lean towards the side of dislike myself. I think I've just overheard it or something. I don't know what it is. Just not the biggest fan of the Edmund Fitzgerald. I really like that front bumper. I like that it has that 3-point on the front too. Right? Is that a full 3-point? I'm not sure. I'll have to check that out. Let's check something out here, just for future reference. I went to the Whitefish Point Museum for the Edmund Fitzgerald. We're just gonna see if we can get. Oh, it does attach. Oh, that's lovely. That is absolutely lovely. That will come in handy, I think, someday when I'm too lazy to bring over an extra tractor. It was a good museum. It had the bell, the original bell from the Edmund Fitzgerald that they brought up, and they subsequently replaced it with a new one with the names of all the sailors on board that died when it went down. It was actually a good museum of a lot of different things for the Great Lake shipwrecks and things. And unfortunately, though, at least in my opinion, unfortunately, it and I'm not kidding when I tell you this. This is not a story for dramatic purposes. It played that stinking song from Gordon Lightfoot the entire time we were there, over and over and over again. And I remember when I first heard it, when I walked in and it was playing, and I'm like, oh, well, I guess we got here at the right time. They're playing the the song, right? How lucky we are. And then it's ended, and then it came on again, and ended and came on again. And for the entire time that we were there, which I can't really remember how long we were there for, it wasn't a big museum, but we were probably there for at least an hour, I would say, right? An hour, maybe two. There goes that speedboat. Yoo-hoo! They're having more fun than we are. They're playing. We're working. But for the entire time that we were there, it just played over and over again. So I guess they're milking that for all it's worth. Of course, I'm not, who's going to complain, right? I mean, who in their right mind is going to go in and say, excuse me, can you put some ABBA on, or maybe, maybe not ABBA, but can you put hey, I love ABBA. No laughing about ABBA. But can you put something else on besides old Gordon? This song, it's getting a little old after the 5th or 6th time that we've heard it, but even I'm not quite there. Maybe we should have done a little header or a little headland, but you know what? This is a small field. We're in no hurry. We're just enjoying our work. In fact, I'm just going to do this. We don't have to go. No, forward, Brad, not reverse. There you go, buddy. You're getting it. Drop it, drop it. Thank you. Speedboat. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. It's a beautiful area up there too. I always went up in the I haven't been up there in a few years, but whenever I decided to go up there for a little vacation, it was always in the fall. And the first couple times I was always too late, because I think fall colors come a little early to the Upper Peninsula than they do to the lower Michigan parts. I like this kind of farming. It's not bad once in a while, just some small field farming, using some, just using some small equipment, probably, equipment that is more common than the big stuff. I don't know if that's fair to say. I guess it depends on where you live and stuff, but I was watching Mr. Mike Mitchell put out a video today. I felt really bad. I felt bad for him and his family because they had, I guess, over the past few days, had quite a bit of hail damage to their lentils. It looked like it didn't hurt their wheat crop quite as bad, but their lentil crop looks like it got hit pretty darn hard. And, you know, you can tell the guy's been through it. This isn't his first year farming. I mean, stuff happens, and he's very understanding about that. But you can just see it in, you could just see it in his face and his body language. How it impacted him, you know, and you just feel for the guy. You feel for any farmer that just has to deal with it, uncontrollable stuff. He did say that they have hail insurance, so I guess he has to, from how he was describing it, he goes out and does a field survey for his crops to see exactly how bad it is, and to kind of get his own estimate of how much damage was actually occurred. And I guess they call the insurance company, an insurance representative comes out and I guess walks around and basically decides what they're gonna pay out for speedboat for the crop damage. But it's just got to be a tough thing. Even with insurance, you've got to just kind of feel for them. I think that'll take care of that. I think we got one more row to do over here. What's going on down there? Little spillover. Oh. Looky what we have. 9 more harvesters to be found. I think that gave us... Did that give us 1,000? Okay. Now I'm going to have to keep my eyes open. Let's get this last strip wound up and taken care of. And I think we can even get it baled up here. Didn't seem like there was much for mods today. Thursday was definitely, I think, the biggest mod day of this week. I saw that Giants put out I think it was like a minute-long video about the equipment that's going to be included. I think that'll do for us. That's good enough. They said over 35 pieces of equipment will be coming to the premium pack, I guess. Some of it looked pretty good. Looked like a couple new brands, at least 1 or 2 new brands, I think. Now, if I remember right, with the premium pack, if you already own Farming Simulator, you can... There's 2 different premium packs, right? If I remember right, there's a premium pack for owners of Farm Sim and people who don't own the game already, I think, if I'm not mistaken. I forget what the cost of the last premium pack was. Was it you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna adjust bale size on this. Let's go with the little guys. Let's go with some 180s on this one. If I remember right, the last time, wasn't the premium pack without the game like 20? Is it $20 without the game? Something like that. Alright, let's get our lowered. Turned on. Ooh, it's not going to take much to... So that is alfalfa that is in there. I don't know if we get an alfalfa bale. Oh, no, it switched it over to hay. Okay. Good enough. So I was looking in that silo that we have, that I finally found. And we do have some different things in there already for starters. I think there might be some, we'll have to take a look, but I think there might be some corn in there, some silage, some hay and straw, that kind of thing, I think. And once we get this little field buttoned up here for our bundle, for our bales, we are going to take a look at this global market mod that I have enabled. I decided to go ahead and do that, even though we're single player. It looks kind of cool, actually. We'll take a look at that here real quick in a minute and see what that's going to offer us. I think we might get some good prices from the global market. At the very least, it will give us an additional sales point, basically. Wait, we've baled 120 bales already with this thing? For real? That seems like a way more than I thought we had. Yeah, we must have. I'm thinking about, we did straw and we did alfalfa. We do need to wrap some of those alfalfa bales still too. I have not started that as of yet. Speedboat. Is that the only speedboat? Do those people just go up and down the river all day? I'll find out if maybe Stevie can add a couple, 2-3 more different kinds. Be cool to see a jet ski running up and down there too. Oh, it's been forever since I've been on a jet ski. Holy cow. A buddy of mine had one, and we used to go out occasionally on the weekends and stuff, and they are a lot of fun. No question about that. Probably wreck my body now, though. I was much younger when we used to do jet skiing, and I recovered from things like that a lot faster, but now I think I probably won't sit. If I went jet skiing over the weekend, I probably wouldn't sit right for a week, if I'm being honest. Let's pick up this little bit on this side right here, and I think that is pretty much gonna do it for our little field, our little fun field of grass we have. I don't think I missed a row, did I? I don't. It doesn't look like it. Oh, got a little bit here we can pick up while we're here. We might as well. So I watched this movie the other night called Fall, F-A-L-L. And I know I have talked to you all about my the concern I have with heights. How later in my life, heights have become considerably more terrifying to me for whatever reason. What size is this thing? Is that the... just look kind of small. Very cool. Alright, Mr. John Deere, let's head home. And this movie Fall, if you haven't seen it, I won't give it away. but these two girls end up going on this this weekend adventure to climb this 2,000-foot radio tower And of course, they get stuck. And movies like that, I have noticed, any of those kind of movies where you basically have like, a couple gets stranded on a mountain, you know, that kind of a scenario kind of movies, you can watch the beginning. So I usually skip the first 20 minutes because it is built character background and stuff that you'd never really care about because the movies aren't that good. So I skip the first 20 minutes. Then I watch the middle, however long it takes for the actual incident to happen. So let's say in this case with Fall, it took about 20 minutes to finally get them to the tower. Once they were at the tower, I did watch them climb most of it. And then once the incident happened that had them stranded up there, at that point you could skip ahead to like the last 15 minutes of the movie and see, what happens from there. And I have found that to be so true with so many of these movies that are that kind of format where, a guy and his wife goes hiking in the desert and they get lost. Well, okay, so the first 15, 20 minutes is them chatting about the trip they're going to take, and maybe maybe their marriage is struggling, so they're going to do this to be like, get close again. So you can skip all that nonsense because you really don't care. You just want to see people getting wrecked out in the desert. And then you skip a little bit and you see how they get, rescued. And that's it. So, an hour and a half movie turns into... Do I get penalized for this? Apparently not. An hour and a half movie turns into about maybe 30 minutes tops. 30 minutes tops maybe. All right, so here is our global market. If you haven't seen this yet, this is the global market. Pretty exciting, huh? It shows up here that we're offline because I'm lonely, have no friends to play online with. This shows the stock that we have currently, which you can see we've got some things Stevie gave us when we started the map already in our silo that I finally found. The biggest silo on the map. Yeah. And over here is the pricing, current pricing for what you can buy it for and what you can sell it for. So that's kind of cool. So if you also have then an additional place where you can actually buy goods as well, which is kind of nice. And I was just doing some price comparing. So let's say with our wheat, right? We have about 28,000 liters left over after we filled up our pig food mixer. So if we go over here to the old wheatster, you can see that this is the available quantity, I guess, that we can buy, right? But over here is our price right now per 1,000 liters. It's $1,192. So close to $1,200 per 1,000. And if we head on over here, you can see that's considerably more, really, for what we would normally be offered from all these sell points on the map. The average mean high, or the average mean high price is about 1,221. And, still a little more than what's being offered here. But if you don't want to wait, and try to stretch out every penny, it's not too shabby. For us, basically, since we're not playing online, it's just kind of another, sell point, ultimately, at the end of the day. Another sell point and another multi-fruit buying station, if we so choose to do that. I don't know. I'm going to assume with wheat, if we buy from the global market, okay, so the buy and sell price are always the same, it looks like. And then you just put in how much you want to buy, and you click buy, and there is a delivery price as well. So let's say we wanted to buy 200,000 liters of wheat. Ooh, obviously, let me change that over to maybe something. I don't know if that's because it's going to cost. Yeah, we don't have that kind of money. 10,000 liters of wheat. Expected purchase price is... No, that can't be right. No, that's not right. Something got messed up there. That's clearly not correct. 10,000 liters. Buy 10,000 liters is $11,929 with a delivery price of $120. That's it. And it's nice that you get a second, you know, kind of buy button so that you don't accidentally hit the buy button and spend everything you've got in the bank on something. I guess you could turn right around and sell it. You would lose the delivery money from it, but at least you wouldn't be completely screwed. But I would imagine something like this, when you've got, you know, several people playing on the map, would be quite good. And it looks like it pretty much covers all the products that are both on our crop calendar, plus it covers, because I think I have the Platinum Pack DLC enabled. You can see we have staircase railings, tables, wood beams. I think it does cover some of the... I think those are... Well, maybe not. Maybe those are... maybe not. Pepper grinder. Oh, no, I don't think these are Platinum DLC. I think these are things that Stevie has on the map. Yeah, I think so. Doghouse, easel, floor tiles. Boy, we're going to have to get into some of this stuff. Build some birdhouses. Very cool. And that is the global market, which is going to be nice, I think. It looks like it's going to be almost a guaranteed high sell price location, which might come in handy for us if we're in need of some funds a little more quicker than later. Let's get this thing parked up and put away. And I think we can... Of course, I went the long way again. We'll grab our case and get it back over to... Can we get through? It looks like we've got a little trail. There's a fence there. Apparently we cannot get through there. Get in through the back way. Yeah, I looked at a lot of front weights. There's a lot of front weights out there, not just in the Giants mod hub, in-game mod hub, but there's a lot of front weights out there, man. It seems like front weights might be like the de facto thing if you're a beginning modder. Maybe that's one of the first things you make is a front weight or something, because there are a ton of them out there, no pun intended. No, we can do, we're just gonna pull right in through our sales point. We can leave equipment all over this stinking place. But I think that's gonna wrap it up. I think we can call this good, and that will prep us for our next episode we need to get into. Yeah, I know what you're talking about, Tin Man. I know what you're talking about. Actually, I'm looking for... So I'm used to seeing that. And... price per 1,000 liters. I'm not sure I see where... This is the Turbo VF X27. I'm kind of disappointed that it doesn't show any kind of fun information on that screen about what's in there. That must be a dryer. Is that what that stuff is? I'm assuming that's what those are for keeping, for drying, keeping it dry. At least that'd be a guess. All right, I don't want to keep you all for no reason at all. If you stuck around this long, I certainly do appreciate it. Thanks, everyone. We are so close to 500 subscribers. I'm absolutely amazed. I think we're going to get there sooner than later, but for everyone that is subscribed, thank you so much. And if you're new to the group, thanks so much for joining. I really do appreciate it. You all have an amazing weekend, safe weekend, and we'll get back together Monday back here on Tranquil Waters. Bye for now.